Hey guys, if you're wanting to know why I'm so passionate and I get so angry sometimes in my videos, then you need to watch this video. But please understand there are some very sensitive topics I talk about and a lot of difficulties that I went through as a child, and it's not appropriate for children or for sensitive viewers. So I've made some notes and I'm just going to refer to them just so that I can get every point across. I'm actually sitting in my lounge trying to be as relaxed as possible because this is a tough subject to talk about, so we're going to get right into it. The reason that I'm so passionate about making these videos and doing what I'm doing, it relates to how I run my life, how I run my gym, how I run my academy, is that I found my purpose, and that is helping people empower themselves, helping people find strength, self-belief, and helping them become empowered so that they can protect themselves. I'm getting a little bit tongue-tied and I'm getting quite anxious with the thought of having to share this on a public forum. It's very different sharing my experience in a school or sharing it at an Alcoholics Anonymous or a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, but I'm going to go into this now. I've had a very traumatic and difficult childhood. I'm not going to discuss everything that happened to me, everything that I witnessed, but I'm going to talk about a few points that are key for this video. My late mother was a drug addict, and she was not someone who was well. She had serious mental issues. When I was a young child, 5, 6 years old, she would send me off to spend the evenings with her drug using friends, her junkies, with guys, and these guys would basically sexually abuse me, and they would keep me for the evening. And my memories of that time, which I've spent my lifetime trying to uncover because I don't want it to have any power over me, I need to know everything that has happened to me. You know, these guys would basically keep me and rape me, and just, very, very difficult situations. What came up with a lot of therapy that I have done since, I've been working on this for the last 15 years. What came up quite recently is that my mother, this was a memory I blocked out, used to also send me off to her drug dealers. These were colored guys in the Cape Flats, and these guys would basically keep me for a night, a week, and gang rape me, and then send me home. And that memory had only surfaced about a year ago, and it has caused tremendous pain and damage and hurt. Now, these horrible, horrendous things happening to me as a child, being sent there by my mother, the one person who was supposed to protect me and look after me, you feel incredibly powerless. So I gave up on humanity. I gave up on trusting anyone. I shut down emotionally because it was the only way that I could cope. And when I was 9 years old, I discovered alcohol, and that's when I started drinking. And I drank from the age of 9 until I was 36 years old, until I was faced with an option, either stop or die. That is my life story video, which I'm working on getting out there and making for you guys. It's just very difficult to be able to express these things. So why do I do what I do? You guys and my gym and these communities, this has helped me find my purpose, and working with people, working with recovering addicts for the last 7 years has helped me find my purpose. My purpose is a simple thing. It is about helping people empower themselves to keep themselves safe. So what I mean by that is, if you are chasing your weight on the scale, and if you are chasing a body mass index, if you are chasing a dress size, all of these things that we have spoken about, that is eroding your self-belief and your own self-value and your self-esteem. And when that starts to get chipped away, you start to love yourself less. And the less and less you love yourself, the less and less you care about yourself, and the less and less you care about what happens to you. This is the point, guys. If you love yourself, if you value yourself and if you genuinely care about yourself, you will look after yourself far better, far better than if you don't love and don't care about yourself, and if you believe the nonsense that you're being told that you're no good, you have no worth, and you have no value. So whether you are in an abusive relationship, God forbid, or whether you are working for a boss who is abusive towards you, or anything where you are not safe, or worst case scenario, you're in a physically and emotionally abusive relationship. When we don't love ourselves, when we have less love for ourselves than we should, we have less value for ourselves than we should, and we look to these external things like losing weight, BMI, and all of these things, we value ourselves less, and we then accept more damaging things. We accept more pain, and we accept more suffering that we shouldn't. We bloody well shouldn't, because we all have the right to be happy. So why I'm so focused on getting rid of this thing is I want people to rather focus on a positive activity, using their bodies, building connections with people, building value. All of that is just to get people to start to believe in themselves, to start to value themselves, to start to love themselves, so they will start to look after themselves. We start to look after ourselves more, and we start to stand up for ourselves. And we start to choose a life of quality over mere existence. And then worse than mere existence is just mere survival, surviving day to day, which I know I did for decades. And I mean, I actually want to cry with this, because you guys, that wasn't a tear, by the way, that was just a lump in my throat. People out there are just flipping surviving, and they don't deserve it. We deserve quality lives. We have so much anxiety, so much stress, so much pressure. And guys, this is going to be a long video. It's probably going to be at 10 minutes. I'm sorry, but I had to get this out. We need to start to love ourselves so we can look after ourselves, so we can protect ourselves. It's one of the same reason I started the Emmet Academy, where I train guys from disadvantaged communities to get stronger so they perform better in their chosen sport at school or at university, so there's a bursary opportunity, or I'm training them to become coaches so they can earn. All of that is to elevate them out of the difficult situations that they're in and give them the opportunity to earn a good living and to reach their potential. Because every single person in my academy is a diamond. These guys are coming from really, really, really rough areas, difficult areas, and are incredibly good people with tremendous value. And that's one of the things that I'm doing, because I know when financially, if you are dependent on someone or someone holds that over you, you are more there's a greater chance of you not standing up for yourself and defending yourself because of the difficulty of pulling away and then having no financial support. So self-belief and self-love and self-value is self-protection, is self-defense. Financial security is self-defense. These are all of the things. Sorry guys, I'm just wanting to check my notes here. These are all things that are about protecting ourselves and building the self-worth and the self-value to protect ourselves. My pain is with me every single day. It's not gone, but I've chosen to use it. It's there, it's part of me. I've realized that, and I've accepted it because I've got to the bottom of it. It doesn't dictate my life. I dictate what I do with my life. I had no power when I was a child, and my mother was sending me to these horrendous people to do these horribly evil things to me, because I would do anything to get my mother to love me. This was my mother. I thought this woman was supposed to love and protect me, and I thought this would make her happy. And I thought if, I did what she wanted, she would love me and stop doing this. So I didn't have a choice then. I now have a choice what I can do with this pain. I can become an angry, miserable, bitter person, or I can take this pain and use it as fuel and burn it to make these videos, to get out the message, share the truth that I've learned in life, hard truth, and get out there and share this message with you guys. So that is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is right now the most important thing in my life. I'm building my, I have my gym where I have amazing clients, and I have my family that I love and I care about, and I have my training in my life. But this is hugely important for me. When I say to you guys, this is food for my soul, it's because your sharing, your comments, your interactions mean to me that the message is getting out there. And this is what it's about. It's about getting the message out there that we are hammered enough in life. These are my closing points, guys. We are hammered enough in life. Okay? We get enough abuse from everything around us, from financial situations, from work stress, family stress, kids, whatever. And when you start, we have so little power to build that self-love and that self-protection against these things. When you start to bring in stuff that's actually not necessary, like weight on the scale and your BMI and your dress size, that is ultimately not necessary, and it causing you additional anguish and pain, that annoys me. That makes me angry, and that's when I rant. When you're chasing the right numbers, you're making sure you're healthy. You're making sure you're doing stuff with your body. You're making sure that you're building a life of quality, using your body to build connections, playing with your kids, walking with a loved one, all of these simple, amazing things. That's what our bodies are for. That's when you start to build self-love, you start to build self-worth, you start to care about yourself, and that makes you more powerful. And it's about making you guys as powerful as possible so that you can do an amazing thing with your life and you can build a life of quality. When you start chasing the wrong numbers, you make yourself less powerful, you hurt yourself, you damage yourself, and you make yourself more of a potential victim to people who may want to do you harm. So that's really the point that I wanted to get out, guys. Tough video to make, but as soon as I start to rant and get angry, it gets easier. Please do leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts, and let me just hear your feelings. Please share this video with a couple of people that you feel would need to hear it. And again, if you can, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like it. I love you guys, and you have given me tremendous value. You have added tremendous value to my life. You have no idea how much. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. And I will continue to make these videos. I'll continue to put the message out there. My podcast, I'm going to be launching in about 2 weeks, once I have enough content for those of you guys who don't have bandwidth to watch all the videos. So guys, thank you. I love you. Look after yourselves. Use your body for what it was intended, okay? To build self-love, self-worth, and self-respect. I love you guys. 13 minutes. Thank you for watching. I tried. I couldn't make it any shorter. Thank you, guys.